Welcome everyone to the Garage After Dark Summer Slam Edition.
That sound that you heard was confirmation that the dog's barking does not represent the views of AFW. Welcome,
Is this Joe's
everybody.
dog barking?
Yeah, I'll be back in a second, guys. I want to see if I can get her to be
He's
quiet.
gonna slap the shit out of that dog.
Well, while he's hopefully not committing animal cruelty, Joe.
No, I'm kidding. Of
That's a
course,
joke.
Joe would never hurt an animal.
No, of course not. Welcome, everybody. It is August 3rd, 2024, and this is the post SummerSlam edition of The Garage, right here on the AFW network. I am the effing expert, Mr. Isaacs.
And I am, of course, that patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Ken F. Dry, and I'd like to give a shout out to my good friend, Bad Take Kate. This guy, I don't know if you ever heard this guy's the worst takes.
He's got the best. He's got like the coolest afro, though.
Listen. If I could have an afro, I'd be like Bad Take Kate's.
Bad Take Cade has got a hell of an afro. I saw his new profile picture today. I'm like, damn, he's got a good looking afro. Like,
Yeah.
I dig that, especially as a man with no hair. That makes me especially dig a man with an afro.
Yeah, so I believe his mother is white and his father's black, and that black gene just takes over. You get the afro. My cousin, she was a quarter black, if even, and she got the afro.
Nice.
That's all she got?
Yep, she's got red hair, so she
was totally white with an afro.
Like Annie.
Looks like we got our triangular partner here to complete our threesome here on YouTube. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
I am the EVP of everything AFW. I'm EVP Joe. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing good.
I can tell you, 4 hours is too damn long for a wrestling show. My God.
See, I don't want to start this, but like for me, like 4 hours of AEW, I love. I can do it.
I don't like that either.
But honestly, 4 hours for WWE, where there's like 25 minutes of video packages, just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, 4 hours of any wrestling show is just too much for me. It takes me out of it a little bit. What about you, Canada? I think you're a fan of longer shows, right?
I don't like. I feel like I don't mind it as long as I'm like they're keeping me glued. As long as they're doing things that are like, you know,
Engaging.
I felt like tonight's was a good 4 hours.
All right. Well, we'll get into all the nuts and bolts of the evening, and we'll talk about it. But before we get into SummerSlam, I want to give the two of you a chance because I didn't watch it.
We decided that we're going to pass on this because we don't want to draw this out longer than it has to be because this is a 4 hour show we need to cover.
It is.
I'm just gonna say, go watch the opening promo. It was really good, and there's a couple matches if you can find it that was good as well.
And I will say that interaction between FDR and and the Acclaimed at the end was really good.
I did catch that because I came in, I got home like right around the ending of Collision.
Like I would say the opening promo, the closing match, and then the Continental match title #1 contenders triple threat match.
I also really enjoyed. We were going to talk much about it, but I really enjoyed Mystico and Hologram.
Yeah, they were pretty good too.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
It was like the old Sin Cara and the new Sin Cara.
No, they were tagged. They tagged up against
the varsity athletes.
Oh yeah, the premier athletes.
Oh.
Yes.
Tony,
they were the varsity athletes, and they became the premier.
He always wants to team all the luchadors up. Like, have them go against each other. That's better. I like that better than teaming them up.
Yeah, I'd love to see Mystico and Hologram.
Yeah, like Phoenix and Penta. Like, I love them going against each other. I don't like them as a tag team. I want to see them face each other. Like, I like that better. I am looking at the TV screen right now, and they're doing the post conference, and Nia Jax has this ridiculous looking crown on. I mean, it looks like a fucking like Burger King crown or something. I don't know what.
You know what that crown looks like? It looks like it was made out of a garage roof. Like a tin.
Like, do you see this? Do you see this one? I mean, it looks ridiculous.
I turned the TV off.
It looks absolutely
no,
stupid.
but when she came to the ring, she was also wearing it.
Yeah, she was wearing it to the ring too. But
like, you can't give her a silver shiny crown or a gold shiny crown.
That's the one thing WWE cannot do crowns well at all.
Like, I like what the crown looks like, but you can tell it's cheap.
All right, so H, listen to us. You got to find a new crown guy, okay, or girl, because the crowns, they ain't cutting it. Sorry.
All he needs to do with this crown is dip it in chrome, and it's done.
Yeah.
Dip it in chrome. We'll call it a day.
All right. Well, we'll jump straight into the show here, fellas. I missed the very, very start of this, but it looks like Jelly Roll performed "God Bless America," so I didn't catch that part.
And some other song.
Yeah, he did like his song to Wire or whatever. I did see that part. Like, literally.
Matt says Jelly Roll should be a pro wrestler. I don't think so, because he needed help getting up in his segment.
Like Miz and we'll get there, but Miz and Truth had to like physically pick him up off the mat. So I don't think he would be a great wrestler personally, but that's just me. We got match number 1, gentlemen. I'll skip over the Miz like introducing and saying welcome to SummerSlam. Just all the typical stupid stuff that the host always does. I always have to have a host for the show, which is whatever. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not going to go on a tirade about it, but we've got.
Let's talk about that for a sec.
Okay.
I think like it's to make it seem like it's bigger.
I hate it. I hate it. Every time they have a host for a pay-per-view, I hate it. It's cringy. It's stupid.
Well, you know what?
They don't even do anything usually.
I think it's okay if you bring in a celebrity. But if you're just bringing in The Miz to be the host.
Right. Because you don't have anything else to do with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you make the only reason you have a host is because they're a celebrity and they're a big deal and you paid the money to be here.
And it has to have some kind of meaning to it. It can't just be coming out saying, "Hi, everybody. Welcome to SummerSlam. All right, here's the matches." And then they leave and that's the end of it.
Well, yeah. You bring in LeBron James to be the host of SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Right.
Right? That would be a big deal.
Yeah, it would be for sure. Yeah, so we got the opening match here. Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley to retain the Women's World Championship. Now, I'll start with you, EVP Joe. What did you think of Liv Morgan going over Rhea Ripley, the dastardly act of betrayal from Dominic Mysterio, and what do you think overall?
It's what I wanted to see. I'm kind of over. Like, I did not want to see Rhea as champion again. Like, she had the belt for a year plus. Like, she retained at Mania and only gave up because of injury, but there was nothing else for her to do with that belt. So, like, in what will be a reoccurring theme for me tonight, Triple H actually made the right call.
Now, I got to admit, guys, when we talked about doing the show, I was like, oh God, These two E-haters, I'm going to have to like talk them both off a ledge and they're going to be like all night. But surprisingly, that doesn't seem to be the case so far.
I mean, I have some criticisms, but
yeah, I have some criticisms as well. But overall, it's positive still.
Yeah, nothing for this match. I mean, I'm glad that it ended the way it did because the storytelling dictated it. If they would have been telling this story for months and then just have Liv win clean would be the stupidest thing in the world.
I'll go ahead and give my thoughts next. I thought this was fantastic. I thought it was great storytelling. I love the thing with putting the doubt that Rhea could overcome and win because she had a shoulder injury and then trying to pop it back in and showing how tough she is by doing that. I thought that was just a very subtle but good storytelling mechanism of saying Rhea Ripley should be able to kill Liv, but now because of this handicap here, it gives Liv an advantage. And like the crowd was white hot for this match the entire time. I think most of us thought Dominic was going to turn. and I didn't think it was when he took the chair away. I thought they were going to be like, I thought they were going to stick to this for a little bit. But then at the very, very tail end, Dom made that turn, that bastard. And Liv Morgan ends up winning. So I thought this was brilliant. I really enjoyed this white hot crowd. The crowd was hot all night, honestly. It was a fantastic crowd. Canada F and Dry, what do you think of the opening match?
I really enjoyed this. One thing that I don't think Liv gets quite the credit for is her facial expressions.
She's great
all through this. She had some really good facial expressions. But I think she's really good at that. I love this heel version of Liv. It's just bringing her to the next level. I think she's going to be one of the greatest women wrestling stars of all time. She's got the look. She's a pretty good wrestler, and I think Dom beside her, they're going to get some sick heat.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to get some sick heat. Like you thought Sammy Guevara and Jay Mello guy, they're going to get some legit.
Oh, they're going to get way more.
Yeah.
But both Liv and Dom are, in my opinion, better than the other two.
100%. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, I would take Dom and Liv.
People were falling for that shoulder thing. They thought it was a legit injury in chat. Like, no, guys, it's a work.
Yeah. I knew it was a mechanism.
You can't just put your elbow back.
I knew it was a mechanism for putting Liv on par with Rhea physically and making it believable. Yeah.
And the turn of Dom, beautiful storytelling. I love it that they put a little bit of doubt in there. Not much, but they put a little bit of doubt in there the night before with burning all the stuff. That was a nice storytelling.
Yeah, that was a nice promo. Yeah, that Liv was burning all the memorabilia and the pictures and everything of Dominic. It was very convincing. It was. After the match, we get a pissed off Damian Priest who busted into the Judgment Day locker room demanding to know where Dom was. And he put his hands on Finn Balor. Now, obviously, this was a little foreshadowing of what's going to happen later, and we will talk about that later. But
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the tweet that Buddy Matthews put out?
I did.
Right at the end? He said, TK, can I go help mommy, please?
That was pretty funny. We got Noob in the chat. He says, Rhea Ripley is going to destroy Dom Mysterio and he's going to regret everything in life. I would say that we'll have a sequence at some point where Rhea beats the shit out of Dom. Yeah. I'm sure that's probably going to happen.
I think Rhea needs to go take care of the rest of her implosion that's happening all around her before she does that.
Well, yeah. What happens to so is I guess is we'll talk about that later. I guess when we get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to the priest stuff.
It's hard to hold it in.
Hold it in, guys. We'll get there. I promise you. Let's go ahead and move on to the next match, which was Braun Breaker defeating Sami Zayn to win the Intercontinental Championship. Again, the crowd again was white hot for this. I love what they're doing with Braun here. I love it. He came out, completely squished Sami Zayn, and quite frankly, I think it was the right move. I think because Braun Breaker is the star of the future. He could be a Goldberg that can actually wrestle. He could be a Brock Lesnar that will be full time. Like that's what they should build Braun Breaker into. This badass killer that just comes out and destroys people, and build him up. And eventually he'll be one of the top guys and put him up against the top baby face. And, you know, you can have that whole thing. So I thought this was terrific. You know, I love the way they started the match. Braun just darted at him. Sami Zayn leapfrogged him and he ran straight into a post. Like, that was pretty intense. I like that. But, guys, what did you think of the squish with the Intercontinental title on the line? Canada F and Dry, I'll start with you.
I thought it made perfect sense. My only critique of Braun Breaker is that horrible spray tan.
I know you mentioned that before. Yeah,
I hate it. I hate spray tan so much.
No one in professional wrestling can get the spray tan right.
Right.
MJF can't. Braun can't. Like,
just if you can't do it, just don't.
Yeah. Go get a tanning bed and lay in the tanning bed for 20
Yeah,
minutes.
like I hate it, but this was good. The right guy won. Sammy can afford to take this loss. It is what it is, right? And its time is right for the new up and coming wrestlers to take the gold.
Right. EVP, what say you?
I agree. The right person won. My only critique I have of this match is don't do a shoulder spot after your whole last match was built on a shoulder spot.
That was a good point.
Don't do that. Do something else.
You're overdoing the shoulder, H.
Don't do the
Come
shoulder.
on
Just let Braun go out there and murder Sammy and be the dominant force that he is.
Yeah. I agree. They show Stephanie McMahon. She popped out of nowhere. It was in the crowd. And she was doing some kind of weird dance in the crowd.
She was doing the Elaine dance with the.
I was like, what the hell? What is this? Like, they're just showing her sitting by herself in the crowd. And she's just like doing this
like
weird
4
dance.
or 5 empty chairs around her.
Like, it's a little bizarre, but all right. I don't really get the point. I don't know if they're.
One may have said in memoriam of Vince McMahon on it or something.
I kind of wonder if this is like tongue in cheek, like, you know, like we've still got this McMahon here. Not you don't have to worry about any McMahon that's talking to anybody else.
Yeah,
like, we got this.
I
one right
feel
here.
like this was a little answer to that, right?
I thought about that. I was like, maybe they're trying to steal the Shane thunder and be like, hey guys, Stephanie was on TV. Let's talk about that. I don't know. It's weird. It didn't make any sense, but whatever. LA Knight pulls up in Logan Paul's truck.
Hideous truck.
And gets out.
Describe it properly.
Yeah. It looks like a Prime bottle, but it's like a Hummer. And he gets out of it, and he decides that he's going to bust out the window. And clearly, this is not an actual window. It was like cardboard that had been spray painted blue. Because in no way did it resemble glass. And it just kind of broke away like cardboard.
I thought it might have been like maybe plexiglass or something that was pre-cut or something.
I don't know. It didn't look like glass at all. Like it was like wavy. Like I literally think it was cardboard. So, it looked stupid. It looked absolutely stupid, but I digress. We got LA
Did you
Knight.
notice how many times Prime was on this show?
Oh, it's always on the show all the time now. Every
But
PLE
like, yeah,
is like Prime.
I think there was like 6 or 7 Prime spots on this show.
Yeah. Prime is all over the place, man. Somebody's going to drink Prime and they're going to like regurgitate it on their opponent at some
But
point.
you see, when they drink it, they only take a tiny sip. And
Because it's not good.
we reviewed it on the Olive Wrestling show.
I've still never tried one.
And
I stick to my Monster Zero. I don't know if I'm too interested in trying Prime. I might get one just to try it at some point.
I don't like it because I don't like coconut, and it's made with coconut water.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, you get a little bit of THC gummy in you, they become delicious.
Uh,
Other than that,
Oh gosh.
that moment brought to you by JFB. We got LA Knight defeating Logan Paul to win the United States Championship. Now, here's what I liked about this. I liked the fact that they basically just ran up the middle at each other and just started swinging. Like they didn't collar elbow tie up or anything like this. Was a blood feud match. And they just beat the hell out of each other all around the ring. You know, did a table spot without breaking the table. and ended up back in the ring until the match actually started. So I mean, this actually felt like a feud. Like two people that didn't like each other coming out wanting to fight, bludgeoning each other with fists. And I like that about this match. There was a very interesting spot where that moonsault that Logan Paul hit was sick. Did you see that? Like the timing of it, his feet were just his tippy toes were on the top of the ropes.
Dude, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Logan Paul is nothing but 10-year-old me creating a wrestler. Giving him all the finishers in the world. That's all
he's so athletic.
I mean,
like
sure,
he's
he can be athletic, but he can't wrestle. He can't really wrestle. He just spams people's finishers. That's it.
what do you think about that?
Though. I like.
What do you think about that, Jeremy?
What that
he spams people's finishes? Do you think this is true?
Oh, I mean, a little bit, but he does a lot of high flying stuff too, and his punches look good. You know, where he's a trained boxer, he actually he's got a good working punch. He sells really well. He looks like a star. Like, honestly, I think Logan Paul is legitimately pretty damn good.
What would you rate him on the mic?
On the mic? Probably a 7.
I'd give him a 6.
A 6.
I think he's solid. He shouldn't be on my TV at all. No way.
Okay, let's forget he's Logan Paul. What do you give him as a?
Like, if this was just a guy who came up from NXT or the Indies, what would you think of him?
Probably like a 6 or a 7, but it's not. It's Logan Paul. He's a horrible human being. I don't want him on my TV at all.
I get that. I get it. He's an interesting character, and his brother's the same. They're interesting characters, and by that I mean I'd like to see them get punched in the face repeatedly. Shout out to Mike Tyson, who's going to fight Jake Paul in November. So
hopefully, like I was looking for that in the summer. Like we were going to invite people.
Yeah, that would have happened like a week or two ago if it had been. Yeah, but it got rescheduled for November, and Paul just fought. God, who did he fight? Oh, Platinum Mike Perry, and beat him. So whatever. But yeah, LA Knight goes over here, and want to see what you guys think about this. Canada F and Dry. Did you like the match?
I did like the match, mainly because the right person won. LA Knight, like as the deal says, LA Knight should have had this moment a year ago,
if not more than a year ago.
Yeah, he's still over, but WWE waited too long to pull the trigger on him. I agree with that.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But yeah, LA Knight. Yeah.
Wow.
I enjoyed this. For what it was, they put on a good match, entertaining. Wasn't a terribly long match, but got the job done.
It was 12 minutes and 3 seconds.
So,
yeah, I guess I could start giving the match times too because they're listed here.
Yeah, if you have them.
Yeah, because Braun was under 10, right?
Braun and Sami Zayn was 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
It felt longer than that, but I know it wasn't much longer than that.
Liv over Ripley was 15 minutes and 53 seconds. So far,
I feel like that's the right amount of time to really be able to get a match flowing.
Yeah, I agree. If it's a really important match with a big story, I think 15 is about it's about minimum what you should do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get it done in 20, but you can't get it done in 10.
No.
We did see MGK in this match, who I think Michael Cole almost called MJF. Like he said MJ, and then quickly, like one of the others said MGK. Right? You know the guy that's with Megan Fox, shitty tall rapper that Eminem killed a few years ago. But yeah, he ended up giving Paul brass knuckles, and Paul hit Knight with the knucks. Referee didn't see. Knight ducked a buckshot lariat and hit the BFT for a pinfall victory. The crowd went wild, and I don't think we fully got Joe's thoughts. We got him a little bit, but Joe, what do you think of this match overall?
It was okay. I mean, I don't understand what these wrestlers' thoughts are of. Let's roll the wrestler towards the rope, because
Yeah.
even Logan's foot was clearly under the rope. Clearly. Like, I don't know if that was just a oops or if they're going to set it up.
I'm going to bring that up again during the Priest match.
Yep, absolutely.
I can't believe that 2 times.
We'll get there. I was like, oh, that wasn't blatantly obvious or anything, but okay.
Yeah, like, it's just... And then Michael Cole needs to shut up, sitting there saying Logan Paul had a really good run as U.S. champion. Granted, he didn't defend it much. That means he didn't have a good run. Like, he defended it 3 times in 9 months.
I want to address Matt B's question here. Kendra, what Olympic sport would you be good at? I would be good at the doubles karaoke with Mr. Isaacs here.
Yes.
We would win gold.
Unfortunately, we couldn't do that because he's Canadian and I'm American. But if we did live in the same country, we'd kill it. 100%. It would be ours. We'd be gold.
So well, we can work on getting you Canadian. You're a Bret Hart
what you're saying is doubles karaoke. Canada Dry and Shane versus Mr. Isaacs and myself.
We could do that too. Yeah.
You'd be down for dual citizenship, right?
Sure. Like, I'd like to check out Canada sometime for sure.
I ain't working that hard to get dual citizenship. So.
You know, I could be like Brock Lesnar, right? Is technically a resident of Canada now.
Yes, he is. He lives in Canada.
Yeah, because like in his last couple of UFC fights, he literally represented Canada. They had the Canadian flag as like his flag. So yeah, Brock Lesnar's Canadian. I could be Canadian too.
So he's like pretty much said, "Screw you, America, Canadian."
Well, that's because he just went up to Canada, bought a bunch of land and a farm, and just says, "Leave me alone."
I mean, he's from Minnesota.
No, but he doesn't have to represent Canada. He can still, like Chris Jericho lives in Florida and still represents Canada. So
yeah. I don't know. He lives on a ranch in Canada. That's all I know.
Maybe he's drinking the Canadian water. Is what it is, and he realizes.
Maybe he just really likes Crown Royal. You ever thought about that? And he likes elk meat and Crown Royal. That's what calls him. That's what calls him to be Canadian.
Yep,
it is.
A little bit of Molson doesn't help either. I mean, does help too.
So, guys, we get to the absolute best part of this entire program, and it was a Manscaped ad where Otis is teasing that he's going to shave his pubic hair live on SummerSlam. And yeah. What did you think of the Manscaped ad? Have you ever used Manscaped? Do you think seeing Otis tease using it makes you want to use Manscaped in the future? Is this a competitor to backshaves.com? What do you guys think?
No, and no.
The weirdest thing was what was her name? What's the woman's name?
Maxine Dupree.
Maxine Dupree going, so like it was so weird. Like,
no, I mean, and then you had what's his name? I'm drawing a blank too. The other guy from Alpha Academy.
Tozawa
staring in amazement. Like, dude, you're a guy. Come on. Get yourself together.
Now, Does this make you think favorably towards this product, or
It doesn't either. It's just it is what it is.
like
I mean,
would
the
you
whole
be?
thing was weird. I mean, it started out with Baron Corbin helping shave Apollo Crews. Like, this whole thing was just erotic and weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Like, they went out of their way to put up a barber pole.
Yeah. Backstage at SummerSlam, there's a
Yeah,
barber
that this
pole.
was they're just happy to be on the show. So like I'll save myself to be on SummerSlam.
Anyways, this was a very bizarre segment, but we'll move on. We've got Nia Jax defeating Bayley to be the WWE Women's Champion at 12 minutes and 32 seconds. This match was so-so for me. I mean, I don't think Nia Jax has ever really been that great. I mean, she's all right. If she wasn't the size that she was, I don't think she would be a prominent figure here.
If she wasn't The Rock's cousin, she wouldn't be a problem.
That too. Yeah, The Rock's mom is always giving her a hug every time she has a big match at ringside. But this was okay. I didn't love it. Tiffany Stratton ran out, teased that she was going to cash in, which
I made the joke that she needs to choose a shorter ramp to cash in on.
yeah, she made the 5-mile trek to the ring just to watch Nia end up squashing Bayley with 2 bonsai drops. I don't know what she calls it. I call it the bonsai drop, Yokozuna style, and ends up getting the win. Yeah, what'd y'all think of this match? Canada Dry, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of like it with the fact that Nia Jax has always been hovering near the main event of the women's division and never got the title. So I kind of like it for that. At least we can say that she got it. And, kind of like Rey Mysterio won it. And then
She's been champion before. This isn't her first time being champ.
Yeah, she's been a champion. I was thinking that too.
it was a long time ago.
A couple years, it was when Ronda was still there. It's when Alexa Bliss beat her when she cashed in on the same night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been quite a few years, but
Yeah, but I didn't think she'd ever be champion.
Because Nia had left and then came back, but that was like in her previous run. She was champion. Yeah. Because remember, she was gone for a couple years and then came back.
And we didn't think she'd ever come back.
I didn't think so. No.
So, it's kind of neat that she's, gets that push. And, I don't think it'll be a long reign, but
EVP, what do you think?
I don't say this to make people mad or angry. Bayley needs to leave the WWE. They do not care about her. The build up to the WrestleMania program was horrible. The match at Mania was pretty good, but afterwards they had no plan for her. What has she done since Mania? Nothing. She deserves so much better. Go to New Japan. Go to AEW. Go anywhere. Just get away from WWE because clearly they don't care about you like they think, like I think they should.
Hot take Joe here. Yeah.
It's not really hot. I've seen it all over the internet. It's just I agree with it.
Yeah. I do think she's gotten a bit stale and boring, but she has been in the main event picture. Would she be in the main event picture elsewhere, you think?
Yes.
I don't know.
In AEW, absolutely.
You think so? Monet's not. You think they would catapult Bayley right away into the main event?
only reason that Monet is not is because Tony Storm was so red hot. You can't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they would just bring in an outsider, just put them straight in the main event. I don't know, but whatever.
Not at this point, no.
I think she's going to have to disappear for a while. And honestly, I think she's going to have to come back with like the Hugger Bayley gimmick.
I would love for that to come back.
With the old music, and the inflatable tube man.
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah, she was fun then. Like, she's just kind of boring now.
Well, you think about it. Yeah, you have this really over the top heel character that Bayley was. Then you have this over the top baby face she was, and now she's stuck in between, the middle
limbo.
I don't know if you ever heard the Bible verse: "Be hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, I will spew you out of my mouth." And that's what Bayley is.
That's good. That's apropos here.
Yeah.
That is. I think that's a pretty brilliant analogy there, Canada Dry.
That's just the preacher in me, eh?
Yeah. I think that's apropos here. I think she needs to go back to the hugger gimmick. I think maybe they need to have her disappear for a while. A kayfabe injury, or I lost my smile, or whatever the hell they want to do. Make her go away for a while, and then come back and be like, I found my positivity. I'm going back to my roots, and be Hugger Bailey again. I think that's what they should do.
She just needs a better finisher, because
I like that idea. Just tell her like I need to be who I truly am, and I'm not. I haven't been that for a long time.
Yeah,
she just needs a bit. Like both of her finishers in the WWE have been garbage. The Bailey to Bailey is just a suplex, and that Rose Plant is so awkward and hard to set up and do. Like, get something easier. It's way more cooler to be your finisher.
The devastating.
The only reason the Bailey to Belly to Bailey is cool is because it sounds cool, but it's not a cool move.
It's unfortunately a base level, like, generic move that your created wrestler in WWE 2K automatically has.
Yep.
Yeah.
The belly to belly. We've got Drew McIntyre defeating CM Punk. Now, I know Canada Dry was smiling all through this. Drew McIntyre defeats CM Punk with guest referee Seth Rollins at 16 minutes and 58 seconds. This is a pretty wild match. Okay, figure four. You got to fix your shit here. They immediately exchange blows like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Guys, everybody in pro wrestling does this. It's the Fry Takayama sequence where they fought in Pride. They came right out. They both started punching each other in the face. Everyone in pro wrestling has copied that for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. So shame on you, figure four, for crediting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with that.
Oh, yeah. This has been going on for how long?
At least the mid 2000s. That was when the Fry Takayama fight was in Pride, around 2000.
No, but you've had like matches where people just come in and just start punching. Like it's.
Mm-hmm. AJ Styles did it when he debuted in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
With Kevin Owens. I remember that. This has been done a lot. Yeah. But they come out, they do the immediate punches. Again, they're doing a blood feud the right way. They're coming out. They're not doing collar elbow tie-ups and arm drags. They're coming out and beating the shit out of each other. That's what they should be doing. These guys have had a year-long feud, and I think this was a very good culmination of that. I thought this was a good match, good storytelling. The thing with the bracelet was a little goofy, but at the same time, I mean, I'm fine with it being a storytelling mechanism here because it worked. The crowd was white hot for this, and Drew McIntyre ends up getting the victory. Seth Rollins is kind of the middleman that you don't know if he's going to favor one guy or favor the other guy. Did we see kind of a Brett Stone Cold double turn here? Do we think Punk kind of went heel here? I don't think so, because McIntyre walked away with the bracelet still, but I guess it remains to be seen. But I like this. I thought this was a pretty good match.
Punk can't turn heel when he was already the heel.
Oh, geez.
He's the one costing everybody matches. He was the heel. Just because the WWE was cheering him doesn't make him the face.
And this is brought to you by known Punk hater, EVP Joe.
Am I wrong, though? Honestly.
He had some heelish tendencies, yeah. But EVP, what do you think of the match?
I applaud them for not going full Taker, Brett, Shawn, SummerSlam with the chair, because I thought for sure that's what we were getting. Yeah. But yeah, like it was great that this wasn't a wrestling match; it was just a brawl.
Yeah,
I'm glad that McIntyre won, because good Lord, I don't think I could have taken another 3 months of this if Punk had won, and because at that point there's no reason for this to continue. Punk has gotten the upper hand at every turn.
Yeah.
So
I believe a certain queen may come back to feud with Nia Jax. I mean, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair does like to insert herself into the title.
You're probably not wrong, noob. I would imagine that Nia Jax will come out and cut a promo about how nobody stands in front of her now, and then all of a sudden, and then Charlotte comes out.
I don't think we're seeing Charlotte until Rumble, honestly.
You don't think so?
She's only just now starting to get back in the ring rehabbing. I don't think we're seeing her. And I mean, honestly, what's the point? Just don't bring her back till the Rumble.
All right. Can't F and dry. I know you were like a kid in a candy store watching McIntyre win here. What'd you think of this match?
Okay, so like you, I don't understand why they chose this bracelet as the. To me, it was.
It's got
They could've
Larry the
kept-
dog's name on it. All right, it's super
Yeah.
important.
It's just like you couldn't have come up with something better than this little trinket bracelet.
Look, Larry the bracelet is important because he almost put his own dog in harm in AEW. Okay, so
But yeah, they couldn't have come up with something better. Like, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
to me, it's like just like screams like this is all we had.
to me, a bracelet makes sense if it's like your child made it and gave it to you or something. But
Yeah.
like Punk famously doesn't have children. So
Yeah.
it's like, what did the fucking dog make it and give it to him? Like I
Yeah, the
don't
dog
know.
couldn't have even made it. Like it was from his wife on behalf of the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, the whole
but
bracelet thing's
other than
kinda
that, I enjoyed this. But I do not think the win by Drew McIntyre equals out all the evil that CM Punk has done.
of course not. We're getting one more match
at least.
at least. Yeah.
Do we get a 3-way now? Because Seth is more into this now.
Possibly. Yeah, I mean it's probably gonna end up a triple threat match. Yeah. A triple threat match. It used to be the back in like 2002, that was like every main event was a triple threat match.
Oh, yes. and then if they're really, really serious, it's a 4-way dance.
A McMahon at every corner. Remember that one?
Yeah.
WWE never did 4-way dances. That was ECW that did the 3-way dance and the 4-way dances.
Yeah. Okay. And it was also WCW.
It's all semantics, gentlemen. That's just what they wanted to call it. It's all good.
But by the way, our Who Killed WCW is still getting some views.
Oh, is it?
It's still doing
Nice.
pretty good. So I get reviews weekly of what people are watching,
Yeah.
and that came up, and people are still watching the show.
Hey, I'd say when people are like going to YouTube and they're typing in "Who Killed WCW," they're probably getting us in the algorithm. So that's good. That's good. EVP's yelling at his dog currently, I'm sure.
Now, when you did SummerSlam this morning, did you say right here on the AFW network?
I wasn't on the show this morning, brother.
Oh, you weren't on it.
No, I had a
It was
family
hanging.
thing pop up that I had to go to, and Liam had a replacement of one of his buddies that had apparently been wanting to do a show with him for a while. So I haven't had a chance to listen to it back to see how it was, but no, I wasn't on the program this morning.
Okay, so you're gonna have to say it one more time.
Right here on the AFW network,
There we go.
Joe Graham is scolding his dog right here on the AFW network.
Listen, I'm tired of your shit, dog. You don't pay rent. You make me clean up after your shit all the time. Like, come on, at least you can do is not bark while I'm on a podcast.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Joe. All right, moving on. We've got Gunther defeating Damian Priest to win the World Heavyweight Championship. This match went on for 16 minutes and 38 seconds. These two beat the ever-loving shit out of each other.
Yes,
Like-
they did.
You know, Gunther's chops are always like the hardest chops, but Priest literally split his chest open with chops. This is brutal. Like, they beat the hell out of each other. Gunther was bleeding from the chest. Of course, he beat the shit out of Priest as well. Hard hitting. I mean, this looked like a New Japan match. They were just bludgeoning each other. Priest was bringing out these karate kicks that looked pretty intense. He was stiffing them pretty good with those kicks too. This was a pretty fun back and forth match. Nothing too technical. Like I said, it was just kind of like watching a Tomohiro Ishii match or something. It's just two guys beating the shit out of each other. And of course, Finn Balor ends up coming out. And as soon as Balor comes out, it's like, okay, guys, we know what's going on here. We're and then we get to the aforementioned spot that we mentioned earlier, where Priest goes to pin Gunther and rolls him over to the edge of the ropes because he was out of position. Rolls him over towards the ropes, in which case Balor pulls Gunther's leg and puts it on the rope. Shocking. Shocking, guys. That was just, I could not get over Priest literally pinning him in the middle of the ring and purposely rolling him to the ropes. That was so goofy and so ridiculous. But otherwise, I thought
It
this
was
was
like 2 turns.
What's that?
Didn't he have to turn him like twice?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because he was basically in the middle of the ring and he
Like,
had
this
to, like,
is where you want to be to make us believe it's.
yeah, he had to barrel roll him over to the ropes so that he could stick
He's like
his foot on the
he's
rope.
like looking at him. Shit, he's nowhere near where I need him to be.
It was just so funny.
Well, you know what I would have done?
What's up?
I would have picked him up and performed another move on him.
Yeah. I mean, there's ways that you could like make it work and make it look convincing, you know? You don't have to
Yeah,
just
just make him
barrel
up,
roll the
slam
guy
him
over.
down again.
I mean, rather than for like the third main event in a row, making yourself look like a fool.
Yeah, he had that botched kick out of the last pay-per-view too, right?
And then he
Yeah.
had something. And then before that was when he got his foot stuck in the top rope.
Yeah. he did. He's had 3 big botches in a row on PLEs.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't
Okay,
I
so
didn't
during
think
the
he
flower
did
shop
well.
today, we are going to pick our favorite SummerSlam match.
Okay.
Not today, of all time.
I think I already talked about that last week on Magic, but I'll bring it up
Gee,
again.
I wonder which
Yeah.
ones you two are picking.
You already know because you were there watching the show.
Yep.
All right, we'll do that. We'll get there. But yeah, Priest ends up getting choked out here by Gunther, and Gunther is the new World Heavyweight Champion, guys. EVP, what do you think of this?
First things first, right guy won. But secondly, is like I love that Gunther has so many different ways to finish a match. Whether it's choking you out, armbar, like I've seen him win with chops before. Like it's nice because you'll never see, most of the time you don't see the ending really coming. You think, oh, he's gonna kick out, but he doesn't, which is really cool. I guess my question is like, do we think we get a new Judgment Day, or do you think it's just all gone?
I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen.
I hope we don't get a revamped Judgment Day, because like without I don't know, I guess Priest could take over and just say screw it.
No, it would be Balor who takes over. You'd have it be Balor, JD, Carlito, I guess, Dom, and Liv.
Yeah, but what's stopping Rhea and Priest from being their own sort of Judgment Day still?
They're good guys now. They can't do it.
I think it's best to just destroy the Judgment Day.
Maybe Priest and Rhea are going to tag against Dom and Liv. Mixed tag. Is that what they're going to do, you think?
Probably on a Monday Night Raw at one point, yeah.
Probably tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's kind of where I figure they're going with this. I was thinking maybe on the next PLE, but who knows? Dan F. and Draw, what'd you think of the match?
I thought it was which match are we talking about here? I'm a little confused.
We are talking about Gunther and Damian Priest.
Yes. Okay, yes. So yeah, Gunther, Damian Priest. I love this. The hard hitting chops. Like you can see that the flesh of Gunther was completely removed at that spot right there.
It's
It's a big
brutal.
old gash. A big old gash. And like you gotta hit really hard to puncture skin like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the just the one move there I didn't appreciate. I didn't like the botch where you had to roll the guy over. Like you said, we could have done another move on him. There's always ways to save it, but wrestlers get nervous.
Yeah.
You see it, they get nervous. They're not, oh no.
I think Priest is very good. I do. I think he's blown a couple major spots in the past couple PLEs, but overall, I think the guy's money. I mean, he's got a hell of a look. He's pretty good in the ring. He's got good character work. I don't know. I guess he's just kind of getting a little nervous in the big time, and
Yeah, I think he's
blowing some
cracking under the
spots.
pressure.
Yeah. The person that killed WCW is Rich Southwood, says Mamaka. Very random, but all right.
Why did you kill WCW, Rich Southwood?
We're gonna have to get Ruthless Ryan Rich on here and ask him, why'd you kill WCW, pal? All right. We've got the Miz and R-Truth in the ring. They announced an attendance of 57,791.
Now let me ask you.
Mhm.
Can I legally make the shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees AFW killed WCW?
I don't think so, because it says
do that one?
WCW. Yeah. I don't think
that.
so.
Why do you want to saddle us with that bad image?
Oh,
We murdered them.
I'm gonna wear that out in public one day, and some disgruntled WCW fan's gonna come up and be like, "You motherfucker!
I like me some WCW.
What'd you do to my Southern wrestling?" No, I don't think we could. Just because I think WCW is a trademark owned by WWE, so I don't think we'd be able to do that. But you could put AFW killed Southern wrestling, maybe.
You know, the one that Ted ran?
Oh, that guy Ted,
You
billionaire.
know what
Ted.
isn't trademarked? I don't think is Dub C Dub. Just put that.
Dub C Dub. It's the Booker T edition. Dub C Dub.
Oh, funny.
Anyways, Miz and R-Truth announced the attendance. Theory and Grayson Waller appear out of nowhere because why the hell not? They walk in the ring and they start insulting Miz and R-Truth and Jelly Roll and MGK, which nobody cared because everybody hates MGK anyways. Truth thought they were Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, and he thought one of them, quote, got their eye fixed.
I don't understand why is our truth insulting those two like that? Don't ever compare them to freaking A-Town Down Under. Come on now.
Because they were at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame town. So he got confused and thought they were the Rock and Roll Express. And good old Robert Gibson has that bad lazy eye. And they made
that was one of the R-Truth's lesser quality jokes, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Not a huge fan of this one, but
he doesn't hit him out of the park every time.
So Jelly Roll appears in the ring with a chair, and R-Truth and Miz kind of awkwardly help him hit A-Town Down Under with a chair. And they do the You Can't See Me, the 5-knuckle shuffle, and Jelly Roll hits a choke slam on one of the guys. Which one did he choke slam? Can't remember. That's not
Austin
important.
Theory. Austin Theory jumped and sold that choke slam for Jelly Roll.
That's your guy right there.
Yep. He's getting choke slammed by a major star. You gotta
He's on SummerSlam. My guy's not on SummerSlam. His guy's not on SummerSlam.
Exactly. I haven't seen Jack Perry. What famous singer that's on the Billboard charts has choke slammed Jack Perry, huh?
Maybe Katy Perry.
Taylor Swift is going to come out next week on Dynamite and choke slam Jack Perry. She's probably bigger than Jack Perry, so
imagine that. That would be a bit. That would break the internet. That would break. Holy shit!
Have Travis Kelce
Tony Khan just backed up a truck and gave it to Taylor Swift.
So yeah, Jelly Roll. They had to help him to his feet. The poor guy had some trouble getting up, and Miz and R-Truth had to literally lift him off the canvas. And right behind him, right in this camera shot, right behind him, there was a guy with a sign that said Jelly Roll do a moonsault.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude, Jelly Roll reminded me of when he was doing those things.
What's up?
Mass transit.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Kind of reminded me of like Big V, Viscera,
Yeah.
when he was like his heaviest. Kind of looked like that, but yeah, I gotta admit I was a little nervous for Jelly Roll. I was like, brother, don't get in there and like hurt yourself, because like you're obviously not athletic. Don't get in there and die, please. That would be very bad. Matt B says that we should have Jelly Roll on the show. Dude, if we could get Jelly Roll on the show, we would all be like millionaires. So that would be great. I will talk to Jelly Roll if he comes on. Open invitation right now. Mr. Isaacs will sit down and talk to Jelly Roll live on the AFW network, and we'll make a lot of money.
Yeah, here's the thing about this one. Brian and Markova, they're very active. They will respond to you on Twitter or on Facebook.
Yeah. Jelly Roll on the show. We need to have Jelly Roll. Maybe we can have like we could say we're interviewing Jelly Roll, and then really it's just like Caleb dressed like Jelly Roll with like drawn on face tattoos.
I thought you were gonna go with actually getting a Jelly Roll.
We could do that too. We're gonna have Jelly Roll on the program.
Make sure you just put a hyphen so they can't say, "Oh, you advertised the Jelly Roll." We're like, no,
Jelly Roll hyphen Jelly hyphen Roll. Yeah.
See, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but we were dogging Hulk Hogan for a long time on the All Left Wrestling show.
Yeah, I remember.
We were planning on getting a Hulk Hogan puppet made to finally appear on the show. For the big
probably
payoff.
shouldn't do that. If he found out, he'd probably sue you. So
Yeah.
Brother.
Speaking of Hogan, did you guys see they are making a movie out of the whole Gawker's lawsuit with Hulk Hogan, and Ben Affleck is playing Hulk Hogan?
I saw that. Yeah.
I don't see how that's gonna work.
Yeah, that's interesting.
In other news, Hulk Hogan took a photo with a fan with a SS tattoo.
Yeah.
Now,
I saw that.
do you think that wrestlers should be aware of people's tattoos when they take photos?
No, because I mean, unless it's like on the guy's forehead or something. Like I don't think you should do a full body examination of somebody to see what their tattoos are before you take a picture with them. You know?
Yeah, like I don't exactly blame Hulk Hogan completely.
Yeah. Look, I know everybody wants to pile on Hogan. There's a lot of legitimate reasons to do so. I think that's a little nitpicky, though. You know, somebody had a tattoo that he didn't notice before he took a picture with them. It's like, okay.
But even so, even if someone had a tattoo, maybe they don't really feel that way anymore and they haven't had the money to take it off. And this guy's actually a nice guy.
There are people like that. Like, I think that the singer.
And to be fair, someone else having a tattoo doesn't reflect my values.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you? I mean, I know you guys probably aren't metal guys, but there's a metal band called Slaughter to Prevail, right? They're like a Russian metal band, and the singer apparently has some like Nazi type propaganda tattooed on him from when he was younger, and has completely changed his views, but he still has the tattoo, you know. So it's like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it were me, I would never have that tattoo to begin with. But if I did, I'd probably cover it up. But, you know, I mean, you just don't know. Like, there's a million different possible things you can say about a situation like this.
Well, it's kind of like even when you're young and you're young and dumb, during grade school or early elementary school, junior high, you say stupid things.
Yeah.
Imagine if you said those stupid things and turned them into tattoos, right? You'd be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Twitter kind of is the new modern day tattoo.
It is.
Because it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, so don't post hateful things on any Twitter anymore, because you might grow as a person.
I am so thankful that Twitter didn't exist when I was like 18. Because I probably would have said some stupid shit. I mean, I just would have. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for you guys, but I know I probably would have. So it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Canada F and Dry would have been like, you know what? Pancakes suck. And I'm all about crepes. And it would have been just locked in immortality. Like, you would have been able to find that forever from now on.
I looked at actually a post I had from 11 years ago on Facebook. You know, they do that.
Oh God, those are cringy. Oh God, I hate
So
seeing. Yeah, I
so
hate.
this is what I
seeing
said. This is what I
posts.
said. I said, if a gay person wears a straitjacket, is he still, tidy?
Yeah, I cringe at those. Like, on this day, you posted this in 2005,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh God.
Kind of wish someone just said, "I see clearly," so it says on this day, "I see clearly."
You know what's funny? I got a laugh out of like an old buddy of mine I used to work with like 15 years ago. Um, he we had a joke about like him offering me a quarter or something, and like he said something on Facebook to me and said, "Do you want a quarter, little boy?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." Well, that memory popped up like 10 years later on Facebook. So I responded to it and said, "What gives, man? I'm still waiting on that damn quarter." And the guy was like, "LOL, what the fuck, dude?" So if you see something if you have something like that, some kind of interaction with me, I'm going to remind you of it years later.
All right.
So, yeah. All right, moving on. We got the Bloodline Rules match, Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes. This is the main event of the evening. The little intro here with Cody Rhodes walking with his dog and embracing Arn Anderson, like, this was really cool. Like, this was a really cool moment. I'm loving the production overhaul since Kevin Dunn finally left. Like, the way they're doing these big time entrances and everything, it just has such an amazing look and feel to it. Like, just before we even get into the match, what did you all think of like Cody's little preamble to his entrance here? Did you like it?
I was wondering why he was still in his fucking bus a minute before he was supposed to be in the ring. I'm like, what are we doing? But yeah, it was cool. I liked it. I mean, I didn't really need his little detour for Arn Anderson just to tell us that people are going to come out and help him. We all knew what was going to happen. We're not dumb.
Yeah. I at least held a little bit of hope that it was going to be somebody other than just Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Of course, Roman Reigns did come out. We'll get to there in a minute. But Can't F and Dry, what'd you think of the intro?
I guess it was different. So I like it because it's different. If they do it again, I will not like it.
Oh.
So
well, they like
as a one-up, I love it. If they do it again, no, thank you.
Like
you
they
better
did
not walk your damn dog out here again, pal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, don't do this like as your new Goldberg thing.
Right.
They did it at Mania both nights. They do it for Raw. It kind of is their new thing.
But hey, he put a mask on this time, guys.
I hate that mask.
I'm like sitting here like I still don't understand why he had his dog waiting for him just for him to hand him off 500 feet down the way. Like, what's the point?
Some kind of ceremonial thing. I guess he's retiring the dog from traveling with him, apparently, as well.
Jeremy, can you imagine if Bret Hart had a big skull heart mask that he put on?
That would be cool. And if he was walking with some cats out the door. Like, what if he had a cat on a leash and was like walking to the entrance and then put like a big heart skull mask on?
So I don't know if you've watched any of Stone Cold's videos where he's just hanging out with his cats.
I have not, but I've heard that he's gone viral for being like a cat guy now.
Now, I don't know why I think this, but I think this is because of Bret Hart.
You think so?
I think Bret just told him how much cats are great animals. I gotta get a fucking cat. Bret Hart said I needed a cat.
Because he was always a dog guy before. Because he always used to talk about Stone Cold. Like, if you listen to like his podcast he had like a decade ago, he always talked about his chocolate lab Hershey, and like he was always a big dog guy. But Yeah, like I've heard from people that don't even like wrestling that they now follow Stone Cold Steve Austin on Instagram just because he's like a famous like cat guy now.
Do
It's
you
so
remember Bret
bizarre.
Hart's WCW promo? I'd like to give a shout out to my cat Boots watching at home.
Well, I think the Hearts are pretty famous for being cat people for sure. I mean, that's what you always hear about is cats. And I think people used to say that whenever they'd go over to like Stu's house and eat, that there was like cat hair everywhere and all the food. But yeah, getting past the intro here to the actual match itself, it was a pretty good match. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really see Solo Sikoa as a main eventer, so it kind of takes me out of this. Like, I just don't. He's not a main
Solo,
eventer.
they're pushing this Solo guy, and it's just
Yeah,
not working.
No, I mean they honestly, this should have been either Tama Tonga or it should have been Jacob Fatu. Either one of them
It should have
much
been
better.
instead of making. It should have been Jey Uso.
That would have been good too. Jey
Because
Uso would have been better.
Jay could have been the leader because he's main event Jey Uso, and he was fighting for the thing along the way.
Solo Sikoa is just not a main eventer to me. He lacks charisma. I mean,
even his face looks like he's a mid card wrestler.
Yeah, he's a mid card guy.
He needs to maybe grow his hair out or something like his brother there in the bloodline.
He just has no
star going.
Quality.
I don't know.
He's got
that hair is not part of it for me.
Yeah, I mean, he just really doesn't have a star quality about him, and it took me out of it. But I mean, it was a good match, and of course, we saw the inevitability of the new bloodline coming in, trying to get Solo Sikoa to win. This brought out Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, which was predictable. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping maybe it was like a couple debuting guys or something, since R. Anderson said a couple friends were coming. I thought, did they grab a couple guys from AEW that defected that are going to come in? But no, it's Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, which is fine. And then we get the big return to Roman Reigns, and it looks like they messed with his music and made it shittier like they do everybody else, which sucks. But Reigns,
before that, we had the werewolf.
Fatu, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like he injured himself.
It kind of did. Yeah. I don't know if that was kayfabe or not.
I don't think so. I think that was real because he tried to stand up and he couldn't.
It looked like he hurt his leg.
Yeah, on that dive.
Hopefully he was just selling. I don't know, but
no, he looked like he was mad that he was like pissed off that he injured himself.
Yeah.
And they did not look back on him at any point after that.
No, they didn't.
I think that was a legit injury.
Reigns comes out. He's got a new T-shirt. When you see a guy return, he's got a new T-shirt. You know shit's on.
Now, they kind of did a Bobby Heenan moment. Who is he here for?
Yeah. Who is he here for? That's the question.
I mean, at least this time it somewhat kind of made sense.
Yeah, more than the Bobby Heenan one.
Yeah.
But he comes out, gives the Superman punch to Solo Sikoa, which allows Cody to take back control and get the victory. And he's got a T-shirt that says OTC, Original Tribal Chief. So I guess that's going to be his new shtick moving forward. But EVP Joe, what do you think of the main event?
It was too long. It's just like every other Bloodline main event. It's a lot of plotting until all of the shenanigans kick in, and then it kicks into overdrive. Like, this is probably the weakest wrestling match for me on this show, honestly. Which sucks because I love Cody. I think he's great, but he's got to get away from the Bloodline. Good Lord.
You think Nia versus Bayley was better than this?
Okay, second word.
Great, he called you on it.
I think based on expectations, because I have no expectations for Nia Jax.
That's fair.
Don't find her fun.
You know what? I had no expectations of this match being good at all.
Okay.
I had some because it's Cody. Cody's a really good wrestler.
I enjoyed this. I was glued to it the whole time.
I wasn't.
I don't like. We talked about it. Like, we don't think Solo's a star, but it was a good match.
It was a good match, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I never once thought Cody was losing this match because I just couldn't.
No.
Solo, like there was this rumor that they didn't want to bring in Jacob Fatu because he would overshine Solo. Well, guess what? Jacob Fatu's overshined Solo.
Well, I don't know if you heard when you were away, but like I said that either Jacob Fatu or Tama Tonga would have been a much better leader of this new bloodline because they're both way better.
Hey, can we talk about Tonga? Like, what has happened to Tongaloa? That man can't do a spot to save his life anymore. Like, he screwed up driving Cody into the corner. He looked all kinds of awkward. Like, is it like once you come back to the E, like you just automatically revert to your old self and you can't wrestle anymore?
Or maybe you're just in your head because you have to do things the WWE way.
I guess because he was really good in New Japan. Like,
now, was he the one that was wearing the eye patch?
Yes.
Okay. So see, he's cutting off half his fucking vision. So
he's doing it like Kramer. He's just doing it for the visual look to feel like he's a badass.
I also wonder if, because it feels like, I guess, Jacob getting injured sort of screwed up Roman's spot because like he just came out when it was 1-on-1. It's kind of like this doesn't feel right.
So they just made it audible. Like, now what do I do?
Yeah,
it's probably just go up,
and, beat up a couple guys and not just Solo. Yeah.
Well, what they should have done, they just should have said, "Okay, you got to beat to Solo. You got to beat up Cody here for a bit." So then it makes sense.
Yeah. So that is the conclusion of SummerSlam, gentlemen. So I guess now we gotta go to the flower shop, visit our boy Adrian.
Do you want to do the Adrian introduction today?
Sure. The flower shop is brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com/Adrian Adonis, who was on a recent episode of the Vice documentary series Dark Side of the Ring. And we are presenting that to you via the AFW network. So go get you an Adrian Adonis t-shirt, guys. But this is the flower shop segment. You guys know what we do. We're going to choose match of the night. I don't think there's really any segments to choose. I mean, do you guys skip over that?
Let's do match of the night.
We'll do match of the night, bell rating, and best some favorite SummerSlam match of all time.
Yes.
Of the entire duration of SummerSlam. So, all right. Which one of you gentlemen want to start?
I'll go first.
I
am going to pick Liv versus Rhea, just because I love the story. I love the betrayal. I love it. I love everything about this. To me, this was the highlight. Great way to start the show. This match was really good, and I loved the heel heat that Dom and Liv are going to get. And now you don't have to pretend that Rhea's not married to Buddy Matthews.
Right.
And my favorite SummerSlam match, I'm going to go Undertaker, Bret Hart. Heart and soul.
Gotcha.
And my rating for this, I'm going to give it a 4.1.
All right. EVP, what say you, pal?
My match of the night is Braun and Sammy, because I'm a Steiner guy. I love Braun. And this is probably what should have happened last month instead of Sammy beating him clean. Yeah, no segment. My favorite SummerSlam match, I think it's Angle and Mysterio. I really love that match. Like I need to go back and watch it again because I saw the highlights for it. Like if I believe right, that was Ray's first pay-per-view match when he signed with the WWE. If I'm remembering right, I'm not sure.
I can check that.
I'll give this like a 4, like a low 4. Like I just WWE pay-per-views don't get me hyped up like AEW pay-per-views do. So like I find it harder to give it a high rating, anything over a 4, because
4, good number.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Especially from Joe.
Yeah,
Like, and he showed.
I thought he was gonna give it like a 3.
look, honestly, if all the people that I wanted to win didn't, if it was like Rhea winning, LA Knight losing, I probably would have tanked my score.
That's like, dude, Joe Graham giving a 4 to a WWE event is like Dave Meltzer rating a Tokyo Dome show. All right, for me,
EVP Joe's become the anti-Haney.
Yeah,
like they're yin and yang.
Well, it's like I said, I need to do a debate show with the two of them where they just debate like AEW versus WWE. It could go, it probably would go off the rails, but
like I feel like you're a good mid guy. I lean a little bit more that way as well. But
yeah,
I try my best to.
I would be a fair moderator. You know, I mean, you could stay. I mean, hell, I'll moderate Harris versus Trump if you want me to. I mean, I would do it. I'd gladly do it. I could be a fair moderator for sure, and I would keep them in line, and I would cut the microphone of the guy who was not talking, so there'd be no crosstalk.
Yeah, good.
That's how we do things. All right. So for me, match of the night, I'm gonna agree with my pal Aaron over here. We're in mental synchronicity like
we always
are. It's Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I mean, it was just absolutely the best thing on this entire card by far. Bell rating, well, I'll do my favorite SummerSlam match of all time first. My favorite SummerSlam match of all time is Bret the Hitman Hart versus Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam 1991.
I thought you were going to go Owen.
Nope. I'm going to the Mr. Perfect Bret Hart, where Bret Hart wins the Intercontinental title for the first time, his first big singles match. That, to me, is my favorite SummerSlam match of all time. Love it.
Real quick, I will give an honorable mention shout out to Cena and Styles at SummerSlam. I love that match. So good.
I'll give an honorable shout out too. My honorable shout out is the one that Dude mentions in chat, John Cena versus Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam 2013. That was a really, really good match too. That was probably my second favorite SummerSlam match of all time.
Well, then I'm giving an honorable mention to Owen and Bret in the cage.
There you go.
I love that match.
Owen, Bret in the cage. Absolutely. But yeah, Bret versus Mr. Perfect, to me, like, I absolutely love that match. That was the match that really got me hooked on Bret Hart.
Yeah, that was Bret's real coming out party as a single star.
Yep. That's exactly how I put it when I was talking to Liam about this last week. Yeah.
Like, Piper put him over, but he was already on his way.
Yeah.
Like, Piper just was that extra little cherry on top, really, if you really think about it.
And, of course, Liam's pick was, of course, British Bulldog versus Bret at Wembley.
Which is interesting because, really, that's a Bret match.
Yeah.
It's not a Bulldog match.
No. I mean, Bulldog was fine.
Bret, I'm fooked.
Yeah. But Bret was the one who made that. He was the special sauce of that match for sure. My bell rating, I'm going to give 4.25. I thought the storytelling was great. I didn't think any of the matches were. I mean, obviously WWE and AEW do two different styles, right? WWE is, very storytelling from like a character perspective, and less like major spots, and it's just different. Not necessarily better, not necessarily worse, but just different. I can appreciate both styles.
I told Canada Dry that. I was like, there was no memorable wrestling tonight, but the stories were good.
Yeah. And that's typically what you get from a WWE show. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get, spot fest, move, jump. Like, you're just not going to get that. That's not going to happen usually in WWE. So it's got a different look. It's got a different feel, but I think this was a 4.25 show.
So
Came
our
back
average
and
is
draw.
4.12.
That's not a bad
4.12.
rating. That's not a bad
That's pretty
rating.
good. I gotta admit, I thought all week, I'm like, oh God, these guys are gonna hate the show, and I'm gonna have to talk them off the ledge and be like, guys, look, the E is not so terrible all the time. I promise you.
Now,
No,
if we
honestly, I
if
think
we
this
did
was
Clash at the Castle, you probably would have got a bad score from me.
this to me was the best WWE pay-per-view in a very long time.
It was really good. Yeah.
To me, this was better than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They had consistent the whole time. It wasn't no throwaway matches, no quick 5-minute match for the Usos.
Yeah.
So I thought this was the best one.
Yeah. I might agree with you on that. I have to go back and relive some of the Mania matches, but I think I agree with that. Yeah. So Canada Dry, I'll give it back to you for the closing festivities.
For the closing ceremonies, on behalf of the F Expert, on behalf of EVP Joe, on behalf of myself, Canada Dry, I'd like to just, thank you for watching. Smash that like and subscribe button.
Smash.
But I was going to talk to you about the Just Keep Fighting shirt. Yes, Sharpshooter Action. Of course, we have the Natalia Markova shirt. Sorry, that's not her shirt. That's our shirt that she's wearing. But yeah, this shirt here is special because every cent that we make off this shirt goes to a suicide prevention charity. I haven't figured out which one yet. I'm working on with my boss. She's got some ends with that kind of stuff, and I want to find a real grassroots that actually needs the money. So, so pick up this Just Keep Fighting shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/FN Wrestling. Now, if you are struggling with depression, if you are, you're feeling down, it's important that you reach out to your friends or your family. And it's okay that you're down, but you can't stay there because it's just going to destroy you. In the end, it's not good. So I just ask that you reach out to your friends, family, pull up whatever you can. Just pull yourself up. Use people to pull yourself up. Raise your fist in the air. Put the devil in a sharpshooter and just keep fighting. And now I will look for the outro because I wasn't ready. This is the end of our show.
It's over. Why are you still here?
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation? Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information.
That, of course, is the intro for the All F in Wrestling show tomorrow. I hit the wrong button, and I was like, I just got to keep watching this. Yes, this is the end of our show. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.